So we're in the centre of Damascus. We've been brought here having met officials in the Foreign Ministry. This is an attack that happened this morning. Behind me here there's a police station. A terrorist shot two policemen out here, shot two policemen dead, ran inside and blew himself up. As some of the other policemen, including injured ones, were coming out, another Islamist terrorist blew himself up outside. Two policemen killed, a number of people injured, and it's absolutely typical of what's happening here. This is done by the people that David Cameron wants to arm. It's an absolute disgrace. He wants to do this in the name of Britain. He's pretending the Syrian Free Army are moderate liberals. No, they are not. They are Islamic fanatics who blow themselves up in streets like this, full of ordinary shoppers, ordinary decent people. It's an absolute disgrace. This is a perfectly ordinary shopping street. There's a hotel here. The shops there now were shuttered up. Just down the end, very busy street. This is a more distant shot of the scene. It's just around the corner there. That's the shop we were looking at earlier on, the former dress shop. So to give you an idea of just how busy this street is, how normal this street is, how there's such a mixture of people, mixture of faiths. No one's fussed. You speak to people. People aren't afraid to be filmed. The police, under the circumstances, are relaxed. For what my judgment's worth, I'd say this is an absolutely normal, decent country. The people trying to go about their ordinary lives, and they're not being allowed to. There's Western interference, Saudi Arabian interference, Israeli interference, everyone interfering, everyone telling the Syrians what to do, everyone want to arm the Syrians instead of leaving the poor Syrians to get on with their own lives. This was the police station here. It was the target. But the sheer irresponsibility of anyone who's encouraging the people doing this. You know, there's women here, there's kids here, there's all sorts of different Muslims, there's Christians here, there's secular people here who don't give a damn about religion except for the fact that it's the religious lunatics doing this in the name of their fundamentalist Islam, and they are doing it with taxpayers' money supplied by Cameron and Hague. Right, well, I'm looking now into the shop. You can see them cleaning up this is just the other side of the police station. You can see where we were before, and it was near this shop where the second terrorist blew himself up, so bits of them were blown through the plate glass window. And we're looking down here. If I go down here, it's pretty gruesome, folks. That is a piece of dead Islamist terrorists. Look up here into the shop. I'll try not to get the chaps there, they may not want to be filmed. But up there on the ceiling, you can see the blood that's there. What was this shop? What was this shop? Do you know?
Yes, yes.
What shop was it? What's the shop?
شو هذا المحل هذا؟ It is costume.
This is a dress shop, or was a dress shop. And there you go. There's a chap there. There's one of the TV crews. There's various people just sitting around. Some people still think pretty shocked. Many years ago, was an amateur poacher. I've always been keen on country sports and so on, and I've gutted rabbits and all sorts of things in my time, and I can tell you, this place smells just like that. Frankly, it's disgusting. I'd rather not be here, but it's worth being here to help to bring the truth to the British people about what's being done by people who are going to be financed, going to be armed by the criminals in Westminster. Here I just stepped into this room of the police station. There's a bed in there. I guess it's if someone's working here late. There you go. It's just an ordinary office in an ordinary police station. Absolutely destroyed. It's a shocking thing. It's particularly shocking when, I reiterate once again, the people who did this are the people that David Cameron, that William Hague, most members of the British political elite and most MEPs want to arm, they want to take over this country. Syria is, or has been, a peaceful, going around it, it's a prosperous, secular country. Every one of the senior ministers I've spoken to, and ordinary people too, have all made a point of saying, we're not sectarian, we never were. When I was a boy, when I was a girl, we grew up not even knowing, not caring who our friends, who our girlfriend, boyfriends, what background they came from. We didn't ask, are you Sunni, are you Shia, are you Jewish, are you Christian? We just got on, we were Syrians and proud of it. And it's that genuine tolerance which is being torn apart by this fanatical Wahhabism, Islamic extremism, which comes from Saudi Arabia, comes from Qatar. One of the reasons that people like Haig and Cameron are in favour of this, of course, is that the money pouring into Britain from places like Saudi Arabia, from the Qatari Sovereign Wealth Fund, is buying up huge amounts of British assets, ports, docks, utility companies. It's helping prop up the British economy, and no doubt politicians are getting backhanders from that. So those people are interfering in Britain, they're buying Britain up, and they're interfering here because they don't want a secular, democratic, peaceful Syria any more than they wanted a peaceful, secular Iraq. They want a howling mass of sectarian hatred, so that in the end their version of extreme Islam, their Wahhabism, takes over. Those people are guilty, and the British politicians have been bought by them. They're guilty. So too, let's name the other name, Israel is involved in this. The Zionists want to destroy Syria for two reasons. One, they see it as a stepping stone. It's part of what is helping to preserve Iran and their long quarrel with Iran. They want to resolve it in due course, as you know, with a war, preferably as far as they're concerned, with the United States and Britain doing the fighting and doing the bombing. And before they can take on Iran, they want to remove its Syrian ally. There's also a bigger picture point there, that if the whole of the Middle East is a howling wilderness of Wahhabi sectarian hatred, then the Zionists can go to the people that they lobby and fund in the United States and Britain, and they can say, you've got to support brave little Israel because everything else is a howling wilderness of Islamic extremism. The trouble is, it's their meddling in places like this which has caused that extremism and spread that extremism in the first place. What's the solution? The answer is certainly for Britain to say what happens in the Middle East is for Middle Easterners. We shouldn't be involved in places such as Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Egypt, Syria, Iran. We shouldn't be there. It's not our business. We don't have a duty to go in, nor do we have a right to go in. We should get the hell out of those countries, use British troops to protect British interests and Britain's borders, leave those people to sort out their own problems, stop interfering on anyone else's behalf. Britons should fight only for Britain.